I thought it was going to be a really complicated process. I thought they'd want to know loads of things about me and I'd have to come up with loads of information, but it was really easy. I wish I'd known that the steps between results day and university look very different for everybody. I think my top tip for clearing would be that you do need to be prepared. I think my experience was slightly different starting on results day, just because I quite narrowly missed an Oxbridge offer and I ended up in a reconsideration pool. So I had to wait slightly longer to find out what was going to happen. But the university was really supportive through all of that. I spoke to quite a few people on the phone, especially like straight after receiving my results and over email. And then once I had been officially rejected and I could sort of get back to the normal process, everything was really smooth, exactly kind of as you would expect it to be. I think the best thing about clearing was definitely how reassuring everybody was. I was on the phone at 8:02 in the morning and the lady I spoke to on the phone was just so kind, so understanding. Because my experience was slightly different because of the situation I was in, she was so helpful in terms of giving me information on how to sort it out once I got into school. And I think just having really supportive people around for that process is hugely important. I think it was a massive relief when I got here to know that everything was okay, everything was sorted. All of the stress of having to figure things out quite quickly in a couple of weeks. I love the accommodation that I'm in. I know a lot of people say that, oh, well, you know, you're getting the last choices, but everybody I know who also came through clearing is really happy with where they've ended up, and it doesn't seem to have made a big difference to them. To be quite honest, I don't think it was really any different from everybody else's start of uni experiences. You would be surprised the amount of people that do come through clearing. I thought like there was going to be barely anyone who came from clearing, and I wasn't like going to be, I don't know, maybe a self-perception, but just that I wasn't like as important, I guess. But actually, like, it's a really normal part of the university applications process, and it's something that's really luckily quite easy to do, and that the university is really supportive about. And so I think I'm just glad that I found a really new, exciting opportunity and a way to come to university, because it's been the best sort of 9 months of my life so far, I guess. I think things fell into place really quickly during clearing. Obviously, once I had officially found out that it was my offer and I had secured my place, I had a webinar with really useful information on what the course was going to be like, what the life, like social life is like, accommodation. I was able to talk to my degree programme director, which was a really helpful opportunity just to be able to like voice concerns and questions about the course. And then once I'd got accommodation sorted the next day, everything fell into place really quickly. It was super simple, just had to go do all the normal things like buy loads of pots and pans and cutlery, and then after that, you know, it didn't really feel any different. I think it was just the first hurdle of getting everything sorted all over again.